Today we're going over the Fashion Authority mod. This one was requested a few times and I've honestly been wanting to delve into it a little bit, so that's what we're going to be doing today. If you're not familiar with the Fashion Authority mod, it's a mod by Lot 51. They have a lot of really cool mods on their site. We're specifically going to be using this Fashion Authority mod because we can use it to create uniforms for students, as well as teachers and really any other career. We can even restrict it by world, so if you want everyone in Strangerville to be dressed like they're from Strangerville, you can now do that. There are a lot of restrictions and things you can do. I'm going to be playing around with a few of these today because in my main Avatar Let's Play series, I currently have 2 teens and they live in Mount Komorebi. And since they're already going to school and coming back in uniforms, with the new high school years pack, I also want them to be wearing uniforms at school, and I want everyone else to also be wearing uniforms. And because I don't want to torture myself by editing every single potential teenager that they could potentially come across, we're going to use a mod to make our lives a little bit easier today. Because that's really what they're here for. So in our little household today, we have some new faces. We, of course, have little old me, who is very frustrated at the new house guests. And we have some of the other teens from my other gameplay series. And then I've also added my gamer husband who just broke the computer. But you know what? Sometimes it do be that way. So what we're going to do is play around with this Fashion Authority mod. So how it works is you click on your sim, any sim really, and you can click on Fashion Authority. From here, you can manage any of your existing threads, but really we are going into creating because this is our first time doing a uniform. And for this mod, there are 2 body frames available, adult and child, and we all know that teens in The Sims are essentially just slightly thinner framed adults. So we're going to choose adult. It'll default select to whatever your sim is. It will also default select the fashion preference that the selected sim has. So we're going for feminine. And in this case, the mod classifies high school student as a career. So we're selecting that and it shows up right here. If this sim had another job or another occupation, it would show up in this menu as well, and you would just select the one that you want to use. So now we have the base to create the uniform. I'm first going to name it, and I'm just going to name it High School Femme Uniform 1. It's not the most beautiful name, but we're about function in these parts. And the function is we're going to make a couple different potential uniforms because the mod does allow for multiple uniforms to exist. So far it's sounding like it'll just randomly choose one, which will add to the organicness. That even though everyone is wearing a uniform, everyone will be styled slightly differently and feel unique. So we've named it, beautiful, amazing name, and we're going to modify and create a sim. And for this first uniform, I'm going really simple, and I'm literally pulling the school uniform that comes with Snowy Escape. And I like this one personally. And this is where we start to kind of make it slightly unique and original, just by giving some slightly different accessories. This will be our first uniform. I'm gonna do the same thing and make a second one. So adult, feminine, career, high school student, rename, on to number 2. I'm imagining this as like the original uniform without the tie and the jacket, which would totally get you dress coded, but we're here for variety. Not the character, but fashion variety. I think I want to do one more, but I'm going to manage. We're going to pick the last one we did. We're going to clone it. All the same items, and we're just going to rename it to 3. Modify and cast, and it should have all the previous items that we put on. Yep, perfect. And I'm just going to change the accessories, keeping it simple. And I lied, I'm doing one more of the first one. I'm going to clone it. Adult, feminine, career, high school student, rename, and modify and cast. We're just giving this one tights too. Alright, the ladies are all done, so now let's make some male uniforms. A little less exciting, but still fun. So we're starting with Haru, who apparently has a crush, but we are not focused on that right now. we're going to create a new thread for the male form. So adult, masculine, career, high school, rename. Same naming conventions here. Create it in Create a Sim. And we're just starting with the snowy escape. Yeah, we'll give him some funky socks. There you go. Number 1. And then we'll do a few more just so that we can tell the difference between them. Hopefully we could get a little bit of just like differences between all the male students. Manage, loan. Yes, yes, yes. And this is looking kind of similar to the feminine uniform. Just instead of a skirt, we got pants. We'll go ahead and give normal socks. So this will be our uniform number 2. This last one, we're going a little edgy. Yeah, we got the chip black nail polish, stripy socks, lots of rings for some reason. Also adding these little safety pins. Because, you know, why not? Why not? So there we have it. Our teens are all ready, so we're going to fast forward to the school day to see how many people spawn in. Classic new Sims update. Siblings getting crushes on each other. Okay, well. Oh, the chaos of 6 teens in school. Let's see how this goes. And will everyone be dressed for the occasion? Looks like yes. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so it looks like all 3 of our girls are actually wearing slightly different versions of the outfit. Looks like Sari has some kind of overlay that's interfering with hers, and aw, look at that cuteness. But we have no tights, we have tights, and then we have socks, and then for the boys, we have the basic vest, we have in the toilet stall, we have the original kind of uniform, and then we have kind of the little less buttoned up version of the uniform. But okay, so students looking good. We can have just different variations of the uniforms, and it looks like they're like everyday outfits to kind of overlay it, because we have Variety, who has her just signature bucket hat, and then Sari with whatever CC madness is happening here. And also I think her socks are custom content as well. So that will just add a little bit of variation to each of the students so that they're not wearing just the exact same thing, all of them. Now I want to try to find the teachers. Also, if you're wondering how I have so many students at my school, I recently did a video on how to make your schools a little bit more populated. Right now, I have just the original settings of the mod, which is about 32 students altogether. So here is one of our teachers. We want to assign him uniform of his own. So for teachers, we go with the same items, adult, masculine, but instead of career, it's situation. We're going to go with the first one. We're naming this one masculine teacher 1. And then let's have a little bit of fun, because sometimes you just can't take things too seriously. So there we go. We got our homeroom teacher dressed as a pirate. So let's find teacher number 2. We also have the principal. Now, obviously, right now, if you have neighborhood stories, there's always the possibility that one of the faculty will just stop their job and someone else will be hired, and this way you can reliably have the same uniform for all potential Sims who will be in that role in your game at that point and in the future. And there is also the creator of the last mod I reviewed. They are making modifications to their mod. Don't judge me. This is my game. We're just having fun here. But it has the goal of adding multiple teachers to a school. So with that mod in the future, you may have up to, 3 or 4 different teachers, and they could all have either the same uniform or the same kind of groupings of outfits that they can pick from. So here's our lovely principal. And our second teacher does not have his uniform on. And this is because technically teacher 1 and teacher 2 are 2 different occupations. So you would still have to set them individually. Teacher 2 gets to be a vampire. But okay, so far, so good. It's all working as it should. Now I want to get into the seasonal aspect of this, because if you're like me and you have seasons, Your Sims can very quickly go from perfectly fine to I'm dying of heat for some reason. So I'm going to modify some of these. So this is the one that my Sim is currently wearing. I'm going to click on seasonal restrictions, and we'll call this one the hot weather look because it's without the jacket that goes over top. So you'd assume it gets hot, you take off the jacket. And in theory, you can assign all of these to an outfit as well. So really, it's up to you. But there we go. We have the hot weather aspect added to this as well now. And then I'm going to do something similar on the number 4 because the number 4 was the full snowy escape plus tights. I'm going to add cold and wet weather to that one. Now, one thing I do want to try is there is a list of cheats that come with this mod. So using Control-Shift-C, let me actually nudge webcam down so you can see it. I'm gonna do fashion.refresh. And you can see kind of one by one, all the different Sims are kind of getting a refresh on which uniform they're wearing. And it'll also go through their everyday because we can now see like Sari has her updo, Variety no longer has her bucket hat, she has her backpack on. And I'm just vibing, but to be honest, that's just my existence in general, so. Now, let's say we don't like the outfit that our Sim loaded into the lot on, or if there's another Sim who chose one of the random ones and we don't like how it looks on them, we want them to change it. You would click on the Fashion Authority item in the menu, go into Change Threads, and you will be able to see all the outfits available for your Sim's outfit preference. So, let's change into this one, and then you'll be able to see there it goes. It refreshes. You can even see her little socks that she's wearing with her regular base game normal outfit. So then we could go back. And now she is back in this uniform. And her shoes and socks have changed. I'm going to try this third one just to see what happens with the rest of her outfit. Yeah. So it's actually looking like if they have an accessory in that slot in their normal outfit, it will override what we've set it up as. So in this case, she had leggings on and no socks, and it's given her the socks that she has with her regular everyday, but it has kept the shoes. That is interesting. That's kind of a good general overview of the mod for what most of us are going to use it for. So we have all our Sims in their slightly different uniforms. I mean, some of these guys would probably get dress coded. I'm looking at you, Sari, with your weird blocky socks. And then obviously having a little bit of fun with our faculty over here. But if you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comment section and let me know if there is another mod that you would like us to take a look at next time. But I know for me, this is going to be really helpful in my main gameplay series with these two. They haven't even gotten to school yet, so here's a little sneak peek. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.